Fellas, you fellas might have noticed this year for League has been a little odd. If you don't know, Renata and Zeri were supposed to have released last year. They were ready, and they got delayed on purpose because they didn't want to release Piltover and Zon champions during Arcane that had nothing to do with Arcane, which is understandable. Keeping that in mind, if Zeri and Renata had released when they were ready, the champions released this year would have been bel'veth, Neela, Cassante, and Udyr rework. That's it. Is that problematic? No, not really. However, when you have a less number of champions, like Season 4 had 6 champions, right? Except that that was there because we got the massive Summoner's Rift overhaul. We got the big Summoner's Rift update. We got a change to the support role. We got all kinds of like crazy things to modernize and update League of Legends. And this year, it was skins. Is that a bad thing? It would be better if there were more things tied to it. Because skins are nice. Obviously, skins are always, like, they're a nice thing. Everyone likes skins. Today, I'm here to propose some skin lines that I think have seen enough time in the spotlight that, you know, we can leave them in the back for a bit. Number one, and this one's cheating because it technically is ending anyway, but I've never seen a skin line go this south this quickly. I think, like, it's... How did this happen? What happened here? If you guys don't know, the way that Mythic content is going to work now is every year there's going to be a new thematic. We're getting one more Ashen Knight skin, I think, and then it's ending. Which I think is good because it was, like, really, really cool. And then they kind of mucked it up with Pantheon and I don't think I actually got this out yet. Oh, God. You guys will probably be expecting this one because I've shown my grievances with the skin line many times. It feels kind of contradictory about it. But I'm talking about... It's like the same thing over and over and over again. That's why they stopped making the Christmas skins, because it was too repetitive, but then they do this every year. These are the Halloween skins. Fright Night is the Halloween skins in my heart. These feel way more in that spirit for me. The benefit I'll give for the Bewitching skins this year is I'll remember them. Probably not LeBlanc. I probably won't remember LeBlanc. This one is probably going to sound a little weird. And this one actually has had some skins in the future. Not super recently, but I'm talking about... But, like, realistically, where else do you go with Battlecast and Resistance? I feel like they've kind of reached the limit of interesting concepts they can do. We have the Resistance fighters, we have the Battlecast units. Where else do you go with this? I think Nasus was the one that poisoned me off of it. What is that? That's just robot Nas. There's nothing interesting. I just feel like at this point you can't go anywhere else with Battlecast. It's kind of reached its limit, you know what I mean? This one, if Battlecast got exhausted over like 7 years Battlecast has been around, this one got exhausted over 2 years because, man, Crystal and Withered Rose is so boring to me. This is Debonair 3.0. It's just champion in fancy suit. It's just that you colored the suit different. I don't know. I'm not a fan of these. I'm telling you, Kayn looks like... yeah, it's Kayn. That's not Talon, it's Kayn. This one's obvious. If you've been watching Necrit for any given amount of time, you know that this skin line has way too much fire all around. This is another example of a skin line that is just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I'm a sucker for them. I think that the, like, Sauron Karthus strikes a chord with me that I think is really fucking cool. But, like, I can admit that it is just, like, it's the same thing. Don't really care for them much anymore. They kind of just run their course. You know what I mean? And now we're getting to the controversial ones, because these are all, like, very popular. These ones are gonna probably rub some people the wrong way. These, especially Cosmic, I think have completely run their course. I like the concept of Darkstar, but there's just so fucking many. By far, to me, the most interesting Cosmic skin was Jhin. It was the idea that, like, oh shit, some of the Darkstar are like corrupted cosmic beings? That's awesome. Cool concept. Where do we go with this? Here's Lux, who's the same thing. Oh. Like, it's the same ideas over and over and over and over. It's just like X-Champion, but they're space. Scarvet. This one obviously is gonna piss some people off. Where else do you go with Star Guardian? I think Season 1 was like a cool way to incorporate. Season 2 was like, okay, yeah, it feels like a bit more of the same. Season 3 was cool. I like this idea with like the evil Star Guardians and Nico, and they kept it a bit smaller, but like, bruh, you and you. Like, these two are the only ones that really do anything to the story. These don't matter. These don't do anything. Oh, and the pajamas. There's the fucking pajama party. I forgot about these ones. You know what it is? Who here has ever watched Young Justice? They just keep adding more characters to the point where it's so bloated with characters. But that's how I feel with Star Guardians. There's too many characters. This next one is ironic. These two lists are about skin lines to revive and skin lines to retire, and ironically, this one needs to be retired again. They brought it back, and then they completely oversaturated it in a single year. It's too many. It completely oversaturates the skin line. So I'm like, no. There is such a thing as too much of a good thing. Like, it already had like a lot of like backlog. Oh wow, I didn't realize they changed. Oh, Sheriff Caitlyn actually looks pretty nice. I remember the skin looking terrible. There's another skin line that got very saturated over a period of time. And I know they're gonna keep making it because a lot of people still love these skins. But personally, yeah, I'm done with, especially with the complete oversaturation of robot-based skins. It's getting like kind of egregious, you know? Too many projects never finish. Ahaha. I thought with Warwick and Renekton, it was like, oh shit, that's like robotics like pulled to the absolute extreme where they're not even human anymore. No, it's a fucking suit. This is just furry. Damn. It turned from like, damn, this is like robotics turned to the point where they're not even human anymore to, you know, the designer's barely disguised fetish. Like, that's what I got from this. It's just weird. I did say that this thing was in no particular order that these lists were. However, there is one skin line that I think I cannot believe has gone on for as long as it has, because I think it is one of, if not the most boring skin line in the entire game. Wow, completely black and white, good versus evil, over and over and over and over, and it's so boring. It's not even a fun concept. It's just black and white, good versus evil. It's just so lame. Kayn is gray though. Kayn would have been cool if they didn't also do Yone. It's like, why did Lilia get Nightbringer? Okay, here's my thing about Nightbringer Lilia. And you guys know that Lilia is one of my favorite champions, right? An evil Lilia skin, I think, is a neat concept. I think as her second ever skin, I think we should have at least had one more skin line that at least is in line with her actual personality, and then give me something like Nightbringer. That's a personal opinion though. Well, there you go, fellas. That's my 10. Not to say to cancel them, to like get rid of them forever. I'm just saying that these skins, I think, need a break. Give them a rest for a while, a few years, so that we feel refreshed when they actually come back again. Especially because, you know, skins have been pumped out so much. Personally, we should get more project skins. Burn.